talk about installing Jupyter Notebook and all the required Python components onto your local computer. We'll first talk about installing it on Mac and then talking about installation on PC. And then we'll show you, once you have them installed, how do you launch the applications to get access to the Jupyter Notebook. This is actually the preferred approach I would recommend. Although there are free cloud services where you can access Jupyter Notebook without installing anything on your local machine, these services sometimes change from time to time, especially because they're free. Over the summer, I was experimenting and testing with Microsoft Azure Notebook. I thought it was very good. And suddenly I realized they're terminating that service in October because it was somewhat of a testing thing. And I also thought that base computers would all have it. But then over the summer it was fine, and then as the fall semester is about to begin, I realized that some machines might not even have it. So it's sort of hit and miss, right? We'll still talk about those solutions. I'm working with IT to hopefully get as many Python copies onto the machines as possible on campus. But meanwhile, I do think the most reliable thing to do is to install a copy on your machine. That way you don't have to worry about running to the lab. You don't have to worry about disappearing online services, etc. So if you have a personal computer, I recommend at least to try it out. All right, so let's take a look at how you would install Jupyter Notebook. So on Mac, what I would do is just to search Anaconda Python. You can see I've already done it a few times. So if you search it, it's going to bring you one of these websites, and they're all under Anaconda. So Anaconda Python is a package of Python libraries that are very well liked. And what we would like is only this individual edition. And this is a free package, and it includes a lot of things that you might need for Python. And that includes Jupyter Notebook, and also NumPy, Pandas, and plotting packages, the TensorFlow from Google to do very cool machine learning stuff. This is in fact the only thing you need to install because it has Python in it, it has Jupyter Notebook interface in it, everything you need. It's just one install away. So I would hit download, and it's going to bring me to make a selection based on my operating system. If I use Mac OS, I'm going to select Python 3.8 using the graphical installer. And then it's going to download into your local computer. And once it's completed, just run this package and follow the software installation instructions just like you would any other regular software. It's free, it's open source, so you don't have to pay a dime for it, and it's just going to run. Once you have it downloaded, you can click on it. Once I run the installation package, it says, "Welcome to Anaconda 3 installer." The 3 part refers to Python 3. So make sure you install Python 3, not Python 2, because they use slightly different coding formats. So to be consistent, let's use Python 3. So you can go through README, license, destination, say agree, choose a destination, choose the installation type, just install everything, and then hit install, okay? And it will be fine. I'm not going to do that because I already have the instance installed. And once you have the program installed in your application folder, you're going to see something that looks like this, that says Anaconda Navigator. So you click on this icon, it loads up this particular software. And in here, it comes with RStudio, which is the preferred interface to work with R. So you got that to come with it too. And for our purposes, we're going to use Jupyter Notebook. So just hit launch, and it's going to launch this command thing that looks really scary, but don't worry about it. And then it's going to subsequently open up this this web page in your browser. Then here we go. You're in, and you can just open up any local Python Jupyter Notebook and have fun. So a quick note is that you might be tempted to close this weird looking terminal thing, but don't do that. Once you terminate this, when you close this, the terminal that launched your Jupyter Notebook will stop working. Okay, so I can hit it now, and it's going to disconnect essentially to your local server that's supporting the Jupyter Notebook. So don't turn that off. Okay, just keep it running. It's not doing anything harmful to your computer. It's perfectly safe. Okay, now let's take a look at how we would install Jupyter Notebook on a Windows machine. So very similarly, I'm going to type Anaconda Python in my search. And again, just going to go to this Anaconda website and select Product Individual Edition. And again, select Download, just as I would for Mac. I'm going to select 64-bit graphical installer. So I'm going to download it. Once it's downloaded, I can run this exe file to make my installation. Okay, now my file is downloaded, so I'm just going to run this installation program, and it's going to launch this installation guide, and can then agree to the installation, and then I can pick either one of these, and then continuing on the installation process. I won't repeat this because I already installed a copy on this machine. So I'm going to quit here, but you can keep going on and finish the installation process. And once that is completed, what you can do is you can go to the search bar here on the bottom, and then you can just type Jupyter Notebook. You should have this instance coming up, which says Jupyter Notebook Anaconda 3. And you can just select that. And then a scary looking command window will open. Again, ignore that and just leave it there. Don't close it. And then a web page should launch in your browser. And then in the address, you should see localhost. So in fact, this instance is being supported on your local machine. And then you can just browse to the particular folder that contains your Jupyter Notebook, and off you go.